Is net decking for people who aren't creative? Is net decking being cheap or getting only the cheapest wins? By the end of this video, I'm going to answer these questions and I hope to explain how you can reap some of the benefits from net decking from time to time, even if you don't do it all the time and it's not your main focus. Before we begin, this video assumes two things: that you're playing on Magic the Gathering Arena mostly, and this video will only usually apply to Arena players, and you're trying to play Magic as competitively as possible and improve. They're not going to be useful for casual play. So we've heard it all before on Facebook and Reddit and Twitter. Oh, it's easy to win when you're just copying a popular deck. I hate this net deck. I hate net deckers who only play popular decks. And why can't you just be original and just build your own thing? Why do you always gotta be playing somebody else's? The truth is that if you're newer to Magic the Gathering Arena or Magic in general, you're probably going to want to play a net deck for the first month or two. Why is that? If you're trying to hit Mythic for the first time, it is a daunting task, especially if you're starting in Bronze. Whenever you hit Platinum, those 2 pips for a win and 1 pip only for a loss go away. So at the beginning of Platinum 4, you're going to get 1 pip for a win, 1 pip down for a loss. So every match and every game matters. Secondly, piloting a deck and building a deck and deck construction are 2 different skills. You'll hear the pros saying this all the time. Even the pros, a lot of them use the same decks when they go to a tournament because they're proven to be the most powerful decks in the format, and they're trying to prioritize their chance of winning. They're not necessarily trying to prioritize their chance of winning while being creative. Some do because they're amazing deck builders. But they want to win, so they're going to use the most efficient deck possible. So we have on one hand piloting a deck, on the other hand we have building a deck. Now, in order to build, in my opinion, you're going to have to learn how to pilot the decks from the pros that are currently the best in the world and learn from those who came before you. I'm not talking about going into the play queue playing jank. If there's a really cool card that you see and you're like, man, I just want to pull that combo off, or I just want to get this creature to be a 30/30 and hit somebody with it and win a game, and that's fun. I have fun doing that. It's great. But try not to confuse the competitive ranked queue with the play queue if your goal is to climb up on that ladder. Because in order to do so, you're going to have some stiff competition, particularly in Diamond and up in Mythic. So the chances that you're going to be able to build a deck based on just a cool card that you saw and beat all of the top decks in the meta using that, it does happen, but it's pretty low unless you're an extremely skilled deck builder. If you pilot one of the top meta decks in the field, you will be put in the shoes of a player that's going to be using that deck and trying to use it as effectively as possible. You're going to make mistakes with it, and that's going to make you a better Magic player. You're also going to find out what are the optimal play lines of this deck. What do I need to do starting at turn 1 if it's an aggro deck through turn 5 or 6 to really close out this game as efficiently as possible. That will help you when you're not playing this deck, but you're playing a deck of your own creation. Or if you're playing something else like Control. It will help to play aggro for a few days if there's a top really dominant aggro deck in the meta, because then you have a better insight into what your opponent is thinking, what cards they may have in hand. What are they going to play on turn 2? What are the possibilities there? Okay, then what are they going to play on turn 3? What are they likely to do? What will I do in this scenario? What did I do when I was playing that deck? Finally, the final point that I want to make is I'm not discouraging brewing at all whatsoever. I think brewing is awesome. It's one of the best parts of Magic, is being creative, looking at the cards, taking different cards from different sets, putting them together, finding cool synergies that other people haven't found before. All I'm saying is there are benefits to playing a net deck. There are things that people can learn from doing so. And if you want to be a good pilot of a deck and you want to be competitive and win games of Magic, it's worth thinking about. Worth thinking about doing at least temporarily to give you a better insight into building your own deck and then going forward from there. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed the video. If you disagree with me, leave a comment. If you agree, leave a comment. I appreciate it. If you found the video helpful or interesting, please give a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. I have gameplay videos, yes, with net decks and some non-net decks as well. I will admit I'm not quite there yet to brewing amazing decks. Some of them are net decks. If you like the video, please consider looking at some of the other videos. Maybe you can join me for a live stream and talk some shop in the channel. Join the chat, and I hope you have a very good day. Take care.